Our next guest is a free soloing phenomenon. Please welcome Alex Poe. Here is what I don't understand. One little mistake, one little slip, and you fall and die.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to understand it well.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like anybody could conceivably die on any given day. Soloing makes it feel far more immediate and much more present.
Does it feel different to be up there without a rope?
When you're climbing without a rope, it's obviously like much higher consequence, much higher level of focus. You know, it's a whole different experience. So it's not like I'm just pushing and pushing and pushing until something terrible happens. I don't look at it like with that perspective.
But maybe that's why it's dangerous for me. Maybe I'm too close to it and I can't tell that I'm speeding towards a cliff.
I like to differentiate between risk and consequence. You know, when I'm doing these hard free solos, I like to think that the risk, you know, the chance of me falling off is quite low, even though the consequence is extremely high. And that's kind of like one of the appeals of free soloing, you know, to take something that seems difficult and dangerous and to make it feel safe.
So do you think that being a rock climber has been a positive or negative for your dating life?
My dating life?
Yeah.
I think overall it's been a negative. I just travel too much, and I live in a car.
Let's talk through some of the climbing adventures you've had. The historic free solo climb, Moonlight Buttress.
When I did it, it was like, oh, you know, kind of groundbreaking, kind of extreme. But for me, it always felt quite easy and pretty secure.
Well, that wasn't where you stopped, because that next challenge then was free soloing Half Dome.
Half Dome was a huge step for me because it was twice as big as anything I had ever soloed.
Free soloing so dangerous that less than 1% of people who climb attempt it. Alex has done more than 1,000 free solo climbs, but none were tougher than this one.
I got quite scared in some places, and then you start to panic a little bit, and then you have to like reel it all back in.
What is next in free solo climbing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've thought about El Cap like for years, and every year I look at it and I'm like, that's really scary. Well, I've never even wanted to, really. Or I've always wanted to, but then always been like, that's too scary. And aiming towards the most beautiful valley on Earth. I remember coming to Yosemite as a little kid, and my dad would always have a little cooler in the back of the car and have our cookies and the cold milk. And we'd sit on these slabs above Tunnel View, which is like the most epic view of Yosemite. As soon as you see El Cap, it's like, oh, there it is. Pretty exciting. El Cap is the most impressive wall on Earth.